Good Sunday evening, everybody. Our first Bonfire of Fall. I wasn't going to do this tonight, but because it was really windy about an hour ago, but it just died off. But man, a lot's changed since our last bonfire. Things are really dying off quickly. As you can see, I just wanted to have a fire too. With all that I've heard in the last week, I know some of the things I recorded this week have been crazy, and I didn't record everything that I heard even. I missed a lot of things, and things were heard when I didn't even have the microphone out, and Tracy and I both just have a feeling. It's hard to explain, but even she said, I'll have her tell you about it when she comes out here, if hopefully she does. But when she even goes out to her car at 6:30 in the morning when it's dark, what it feels like just going to work in the morning. So I don't know, it just feels different. And all the crickets and all the nightlife have died off since it's gotten cooler. In fact, it's only 55 right now, and I got long johns and some boots on, and I'm about to go get a coat because it feels quite cool to me compared to the last fire we had. We were complaining about how hot the fire was. Alright, I got everything out here I need, including I'm wearing my Bigfoot Sasquatch Can't See Me jacket. In fact, I walked out of the bedroom wearing it, and Butchie started barking at me. I'm like, you can't see me, can you, dog? All she saw was a head floating across the room. Anyways, it's such a pain. I hope this pays off tonight. I got to get the fire going, get the kindling, get the fire lit, bring out my microphone, audio recorder, headphones, both cameras, the spotlight, the flashlight, something to drink, a cat or two. You can't ever not have Shelby, right? That's right. And Missy Kitty. Hi, Missy Kitty. And Wizzy's actually been staying in the house, guys, which is good because he's sick. He's got he's congested pretty badly. We started giving him mega doses of antibiotics, so hopefully that'll be enough to get him over that. But yeah, as you can hear, no crickets. Not that I can hear anyways, but I don't think there are any. And it's only 8 o'clock and it's already dark. Man, and we're losing daylight so fast. So fast. Yeah, that's going fast, but I wish this freaking testing for what's going on with me would hurry up. I did not get a call last week for the needle biopsy of the thyroid thing they want to do, so I got to call them tomorrow. And then the other place, the pulmonary test, I called because we put that on hold till we got something going on the thyroid thing because we weren't sure what direction we were going to go. Well, the thyroid's not causing my breathing issue. So anyways, they wanted to go ahead with the pulmonary test. I have to go, if you can believe this, to the hospital here local and get a preliminary pulmonary test done before I can go to the pulmonologist and have a pulmonary test done. What the F is that? That makes no sense. So now I got to go to Big Rapids, and then after they send me the paperwork from the place, then go to Big Rapids once I get the referral, and then when I get get done at Big Rapids, get back with them, which is in Reed City, which is a fair distance from here, about 35 minute drive. And then go for the pulmonary test, which I was told is not fun. Well, anything that's going to test my breathing at this point is not going to be fun. Putting on my shoes is testing my breathing these days. So the pace this is going, I'm going to be in the hospital before we get anything resolved because my breathing is honestly getting worse. A little bit at a time, I can just tell. So it sucks, guys. I don't know how much longer I'm going to feel up to even doing this. That's why I was going with the audio recordings. That's something I can just sit in the house and do, and I think those are really cool when stuff like that happens anyways. So, but at the very minimum, that's what I'm going to continue with, and I will certainly keep you updated as this goes along. And my pulmonary test actually isn't until the the 13th of October, and that big heron just flew by. Man, I could just see the light color of it going by about 20 feet off the water. Damn, I would have never got it on camera though. So, but that's where I'm at with all that. Tracy said she will be out, so yay us, right? So Mr. Morty was just hunting right there, and we figured he had something because of the way he ran off. And yep, he got a frog. Oh. One of the last ones you're gonna catch this year, buddy. And we got Mr. Casey's hanging with us too. Did you get him back in the water?
Yeah, he's swimming.
Okay, cool.
He's swimming.
And we have more Jupiter stuff. Well, we know we told you about the Queen and the 70 years and all that. Well, now this article says Jupiter is coming its closest to Earth in decades. Jupiter is coming the closest it has come to Earth in 59 years this Monday, and will be particularly visible because it coincides with another event called opposition, which means Jupiter is going to be in front of us. The sun will be directly behind us on the opposite side of the Earth. So you could draw a straight line from the sun to Earth to Jupiter all in alignment. This happens, Jupiter's opposition happens every 13 months. But it's coming closer to Earth than it has since 1963 because of our differing orbits. Jupiter will be about 367 million miles from Earth. At its farthest, it's 600 million miles away. Just a stone's throw. And yes, you can really see it up here anywhere you're at. You can really see it, but it's spectacular around midnight, 1 o'clock. Tracy, when she goes to work.
Yeah, when I leave at like 6:30, it's huge. The other day, it was up there. It was this huge orange dot, and then directly opposite was just a crescent moon, but the whole moon was illuminated around the edge, so you could see the whole circle, but the only glowing thing was the crescent moon. And I'm just standing there in between them going, wow, this is impressive.
Yeah, that's cool. Was that a deer snort? Or was I hearing things? Yeah.
I did not hear a deer snort.
Might have been. So what I was saying earlier that I said we'd bring up again was the feeling of being out here now in the fall. It's just different.
Yeah, and it's not just because it's fall either. It's just creepy.
It's just a weird vibe.
It is. And the thing is, you know, I've been outside in the dark all my life. When I was little, I used to go out and watch the stars in my backyard. I'm not scared of the dark. I'm not scared to be outside in the dark. But even when I go to work in the morning and it's dark outside, when I walk outside, it's just, I don't know. Feels weird.
And it's, excuse me, probably only been dark when you walk out to your car, what, the last 2 weeks or less?
Yeah.
Something like that.
I mean, dark.
I wouldn't know. I'm still sleeping. Most of the time. Can you blame me?
Jackass.
Can't breathe, asshole.
Even before you couldn't breathe, you still were asleep when I left.
But yeah, it's just weird feeling.
It is. It's just, I don't know.
Some of them.
It's not even like a scary, creepy feeling. It's more of a something's gonna happen feeling.
And
like,
go ahead, dear.
It just feels like you're waiting, but you don't know for what.
And I didn't put the word Bigfoot in the title, that audio recording from a few days ago, just for clickbait reasons. It's like, seriously, it's not a coyote, because almost every time a coyote goes off, it triggers all of them, and they go nuts. And that was just one single, whatever, however you want to make that sound. But
You don't hear a single coyote. It does. A wolf maybe, but we don't have wolves around here, so.
And then another guy we follow that was a researcher in Isabella County, the county that butts right up next to us. Lord Cryptid is his YouTube channel. He just put a video up last night. Basically, it was titled along the lines of, "Do Bigfoot use sounds to hide their calls?" And well, Tracy and I were just talking about
Yep.
this within the last few days of some of the recordings that I've gotten lately, that it sounds like the Bigfoot is hiding his call behind the coyotes. And that's happened in the past too, not just recently.
Always has happened. And I mean, the thing is, people say that they mimic, and sometimes, like, you'll hear an owl and you think to yourself, that's not right.
Something wrong with that owl.
Yeah. And then you stop and it's like, well, maybe it's not an owl. You hear things under things all the time up here. You'll hear the coyotes, but then you hear something under the coyotes that makes you go, that's not a coyote.
And the whistles I've heard lately. I mean, yeah, I think part of it is that's a noise a possum makes when it's scared, but there's other times that the whistle happens when there's not a raccoon making growling sounds going after a possum, that you just flat out hear a like that, and that's it, which is weird. And then the rock clacking sounds, that's been a few times in the last week or so.
Well, the thing about the whistles is when I was out, mushroom hunting, and I heard those two whistles from either side of the trail, and of course, immediately thinking it was a person.
And this was what, 10 years ago, probably?
Yeah, and it wasn't a person. Now that I think back on it, there wasn't anybody out there.
Yeah, now that we know more about these things and what they can do and what they do, but we just never even thought anything of it back then.
Well, like I said, when I was walking in that trail, I didn't think anything of two trees being down, even though they came from opposite directions and were in an X crossing that trail. Yeah, I just thought they were blown down. I didn't think about it.
My old friend Bud that came up here all the time hunting with us and stuff and stayed here, I can't even imagine what he would have thought of us if we really were believers like we are now back then.
Well,
he would have thought we were absolutely effing nuts.
Well, the thing about Bud, though, when you think about it, he'd stay out there all day, yeah, but he couldn't hear.
Yeah, that's
and he
true.
fell asleep a lot. Who the hell knows what would have happened to him?
Yeah, but the subject never came up to even ask him, hey, have you ever seen anything weird out there? Anything that you thought might have been a bear, anything like this. We weren't on the subject at all back then before he passed away. We were not really paying attention to these things like we do now.
Well, because we didn't think they were here. We didn't think of them as critters that are all over the place.
Yeah, that's just in the Pacific Northwest.
Yeah. But it's not.
Or the Florida skunk ape or whatever. Or Momo or the Lugaroo in Louisiana. Or Honey Island Swamp Monster. Or the Legend of Boggy Creek, what's that one called? In the Boggy Creek, what's that one called? In the Boggy Creek, what's that one called?
The Boggy Creek Monster. What the hell was that?
Camera was recording. An owl.
That's not what it sounds like to ears.
What the hell is knocking? That's a dog barking. I got the audio recorder going too.
You should have taken the headphones off.
I had them off when it happened. I put them on after it happened.
That sounded...
Well, I got it on the camera and on the audio recorder, so... Well, that's always cool when something like that happens. Damn, guys, I just walked away. I went and got the cat food to put some cat food out for the raccoons, and the frickin' coyote started howling. And I had turned the camera off. Tracy hit the button on the audio recorder, but I don't know how much we actually got.
I was up when I heard the first one.
I was way on the other side of the house when I heard the first one. And that came from behind A-Hole's house, out in the field that way, somewhere.
That's what coyotes sound like. Several of them. When you hear something low underneath the coyotes, that's not a coyote. Well, and here's the other thing, guys. There's a guy that I work with that's been watching our videos and stuff, and he said that he heard a noise very similar to things that we've recorded, and he said it just made the hair on the back of his neck stand up.
Little yappy dog's all wound up tonight. Probably saying, Mom, let me in before I get eaten. There's coyotes out here, Mom.
That's a sweet little dog, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty little white dog, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
Hey, little bichon. Little bichon frisé. Come down here and visit. Every time he would get off his leash or get out, he came straight down to my dog.
Can you guys see Missy Kitty? Giving me some love again.
Oh, I don't wanna.
What a good MK. What a good Missy Kitty. This is pretty rare. This is very rare. She almost came in the house today, too.
Almost.
Maybe tomorrow. It's supposed to rain a lot tomorrow. Good Missy Kitty. Now she probably is not going to leave me alone.
Probably not. That's the price you pay. That's the price you pay when she's lucid.
Head button. My face again. Alright.
I'm lucid. I remember who you are right now. Well, she always remembers where she lives. Because she doesn't go anywhere.
That's true. Okay, yappy dog, it's time to go to bed. Really? And is it dark? We were talking about how dark it was a couple of weeks ago, but that was when the moon was not quite up or whatever, but there's no moon at all tonight, and it is freaking dark. Just creepy, creepy dark. 53 degrees. Just not used to that. Last time we sat out here, I think we were wearing t-shirts.
Yeah.
That was only a week ago or so.
Yeah. It's that damp sink into your bones chilliness that
My hands are quite cold.
only a Michigan fall can bring.
So we'll probably wrap up this bonfire, but
I'm going in.
at least we got to sit out here for a little while. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I will definitely keep the microphone out tonight. Hopefully the coyotes and whatnot weren't one and done. I did not think we'd be able to do this tonight because the forecast originally was for rain.
Especially the whatnot.
Yeah. Well, it's still tonight, evening, cloudy with periods of rain, low 49, chance of rain 100%. So
Okay,
that's why I didn't think we were getting a chance to do this. And then Monday, 70% chance of rain. Tuesday, 50% chance of rain. And winds 10 to 15 miles an hour at night, which does not make for good listening with the microphone. In fact, any breeze sucks. Just a little bit of high winds in the trees at night, I can hear it. It makes it sound like there's a little static in the recording. We'll do this again when we're more prepared to be out in the cold, right?
When we're not so wussy.
Yeah, we got to build up our toughness again.
Yeah, because, you know, come springtime when it gets to be 50 degrees, you're like, woohoo, I don't need a coat.
Yeah.
And right now we need a coat.
We don't have any heat on in the house yet. Can't say we didn't turn it on a little bit already, but
That's your rule, not mine.
cheap, kind of. Not as cheap as Carl, though. Carl will not set a thermostat above 60 degrees in the wintertime. It don't matter how freaking cold he feels in the house. His thermostat will not go above 60. That's cheap.
That's ridiculous.
That is absolutely ridiculous. What does, in the big picture of life, what does it matter how much you spend on propane to stay comfortable? Really?
Yeah. If I'm going to be in my house, I want to be comfortable in my own home.
Not have to wear long johns and have a blanket over you.
Yeah.
So there's a little kooky Carl info for you.
Lord.
Thanks for watching.